Hey guys, we just watched game number 1 of mouzThorzain vs. Tyler. These are games from MLG Columbus that I have not seen, so I'm basically just entertaining myself with MLG while casting because they're both awesome, so why not do them at the same time? So immediately I'm going to go ahead and just say, welcome, hello. Let's see exactly what's going on right now. We're in game number 2 of the best of 3. Right now, Tyler, with the Protoss in the bottom, is actually down 0-1 against mouzThorzain, a Terran player that's being ridiculously awesome lately. I got picked up by mouzThorzain recently after his run in the TSL 3, or should I say right before his finish in the run of the TSL 3. So there's a big props to Thorzain for being awesome. We'll see exactly how he's playing right now in MLG. We do see these guys playing on MLG Metalopolis on really close air spawns. I'm definitely curious to see exactly what these guys have been doing. I immediately am hopeful for Tyler doing some Phoenixes. He did. He's definitely one of the first people to really use them, so I'm excited to see exactly what he's going to be doing. Thorzain and Tyler both have a reputation for going for fast upgrades, and that is something that we saw in the last game that Tyler didn't finish on. He started it, but didn't finish it. Thorzain definitely finished the upgrade war, ending at +2/+2, reaching +3, while Tyler was still only on +1/+1. So no Twilight Council, which is shocking for the really heavy gateway play that Tyler was playing. I'm curious to know what his reasoning was for not getting a Twilight Council, but we're going to go ahead and watch as these guys play and see if they're going to alter the style, if Tyler's going to go for something along the lines of more generic robo play, and if Thorzain going to do something a little bit less Marauder intensive, as Thorzain basically did a no gas fast expand into pure Marauder, and it really worked out for him. I don't know if that just caught Tyler off guard, if he's just used to playing as more of a Marine Marauder mix, emphasis on Marine as opposed to Marauder. But we'll see exactly what's up. Right now we're just watching Tyler fiddle around with his rally point onto the gas and the minerals or whatever. So now continue watching, we do see these guys did scout each other both on the first try. It is generally logical on MLG Metalopolis to scout close air spawns first because you cannot spawn in the close ground positions. So that's definitely a logical move to do that. We'll see these guys. I'm curious to control the watchtower first, as this watchtower is so key in these positions. It shows you if your opponent is moving out on the ground to attack you or not. I would definitely suggest how to go for a robo, because Banshees with Cloak in these positions can be horrendous to deal with. The Banshees coming with Cloak, they can basically decimate the entire mirror line and be very, very surprising to see if they actually will be able to get away with it. But right now, Thorzain did not go for a very, very quick no gas expand like he did in the last game. He's just going for a fast double refinery, so it could be something that could catch Tyler off guard in a very unfortunate manner. Well, of course, we'll wait to see. Tyler Cybercore is out. We'll see exactly what he's going for next. We are watching him mine from both mineral gases, so it's normal to assume that's not going to be a 1-gate expand. Be some kind of tech, some kind of, at the very least, a 3-gate, if not 3-gate robo, Stargate, the like. So now here we are watching a factory going down from Thorzain. We'll see if he's going to use this for a tank. A possible Marine tank play could be very, very strong. Thorzain has shown some prowess with that. So if anybody watched the TSL 3, he does like to do 1 bases against Protosses. Stargate did get thrown down by Tyler, so this is going to be his answer to responding in the close air spawns. Definitely curious to see would it be Phoenixes or Void Rays. Phoenix would be great for harassing, trying to control the Terran, but if Thorzain's going for a very strong 1-base Marine tank contained style, Phoenixes might be a little bit of an issue. Void Rays are probably better in that respect, just for the fact that they have a lot more DPS. Right now we're watching Factory on a Tech Lab and Stargate as well, so this could easily be Banshees, which means that Phoenixes would be the best choice out of that Stargate, and yes, it's going to be Phoenixes. That makes me happy. So Phoenixes will be coming out. This would be great for Tyler if he nullifies Banshees with that. We're going to see this factory lift off, the starport go down. There is enough for a Cloak as well as Banshee. We're going to see Cloak go down. I'm waiting for that. We do watch a Banshee going down. I'm waiting for the Cloak. He needs to have a couple more minerals. But once he sees this Phoenixes, what he's going to be doing, probably going to throw down engineering base of turrets, or just go ahead and continue with his own plan and just keep his Marines inside the mineral line. Don't even assume that it's something else or not, but right now, Tyler sees the possibility of the Banshees, and he knows Phoenixes are going to be a good choice. We are going to see that Thorzain is choosing not to get the Cloak, which is kind of funny because of the fact that Phoenixes means that there's no robo out. But I guess in the other way to look at it is the fact that if he did go for Cloak, then Tyler would see that the Tech Lab is doing that weird bubbles coming in thing that would definitely give away the fact that Cloak is being researched. Alright, so now there are Tyler's going to run with 2 Phoenixes, not just do any harassment with them, just go ahead, run by, and keep the scout going. As you can see, Tyler has literally seen every single building that Thorzain has and is even getting as, that is until that last supply depot did go down. Looking around here, though, Tyler does have more and more Phoenixes coming. Once he has 4, to allow him to actually one-shot SCVs when he tries to harass. So the question is, will he try and do that or not? He has to run an Expo, which is great. The first Expo we've seen in this game. But Thorzain has a very strong Marine tank force, and he's getting out Vikings now to try and deal with those Phoenixes. He actually just canceled getting out that Banshee. It looks like he actually did. I don't see anything there. You can see the units kill with 0-0. So he canceled his Banshee and went for Vikings instead, which is a really smart move. Most Ninjas will actually just go ahead and continue making the Banshee and just try and get away with it, do a little bit of damage, and let it die, essentially, to the Phoenixes. So great adaptation from Thorzain after seeing the Phoenixes. And he's going to go ahead and push out with all his Marines, tank, singular tank, and some Vikings. Phoenixes are good against Vikings, but the problem is that Phoenixes aren't very much good against everything else. Unless we can get their lift up. But so far, nothing's been killed by either player. There's going to be the first casualty. Yep, first blood's been spilled. Tyler is the dealer of that. But there's going to be some great Guardian Shields. Phoenix are going to come in, try and deal with those Vikings and medevac as well. But there is a lot of Marines there, so the Guardian Shields might not do that much. There's just so many Marines. The Phoenix are doing a great job of lifting off, doing a lot more damage than I thought they would. The Guardian Shield is doing so much to keep the units from Tyler alive. As Thorzain, so the Muslims going to go ahead and push forward. He might actually take out his Expo unless Tyler go ahead and save it in time. Phoenixes are back here. They're just trying to deal with any reinforcements. And yep, there are these Marines who go ahead and taken out. The Graviton beam lifts them up. The Tyler's who had nullified reinforcements, but it looks like actually, yeah, Thorzain, okay, he's going to pull back. I thought it wasn't enough for a second. But there would be some of those, yikes, there's going to be a lot of damage done. I don't think these tanks have siege mode. They actually do have siege mode, but keeping them out of siege mode right now, doing a lot of damage. The tank's going to not get lifted. The tanks are going to lift off. The Marines are getting lifted off. Very interesting choice. I guess Tyler feels more secure because Marine doing a tank than anything else. So actually, his tank has gone down. All this auto, and Tyler's doing a fair bit of damage, but the problem is he's lost a few probes in that battle. In fact, more than a few probes. He's lost 8. But he has killed the SCVs that were in. Ooh, canceling buildings. Excuse me. All I saw those were just gateways. But he did lose that Expo, so he can't use those gateways and allow him to get out this Nexus very quickly. And now we have Phoenixes running around and trying to do a little bit of harassment. But there are Marines in that middle line, but there aren't that many. Tyler can lift them off. He can probably, looks like he's not going to commit though, not going to risk it, as that's probably just 1 or 2 Marines too many to allow him to think it's actually beneficial to engage in that spot. Continue running around. We see another gateway being thrown down. Now that his Nexus is on the way, no harm getting that down. Engineering Bay is almost done though. It's going to allow for turret speed in the middle line. Once you get enough Phoenixes, you can just ignore the missile turret, but it's risky as always to do that. So it's just a good move by Terran to get that up, because it just prevents Protoss from sitting there with the Phoenixes and slowly killing off every single one of those SCVs. Alright, so now these Phoenixes are going to continue to just go ahead and try and do a ton of damage. Right now, Thorzain's going to sacrifice the tech lab and use it for something else, factory. So even more tanks possibly with possibly Blue Flame Hellion. Don't everyone count those out, but there is that SCV going to go ahead and die. Thorzain is going to lose a few more. He can take a few hits on that medevac. He actually might actually lose it. Will he? Yep, Tyler go ahead and kill it. And explain later. Casting. Okay. So, really watch you guys going. That's just a teammate of mine messaging me and interrupting my casting. Oh no. But right now, all these things are going to continue running around, trying to keep Thorzain in space. Tyler needs to delay. He needs to get up what he needs. He's in a good position to go ahead and try and go for like a Phoenix Colossus composition. Once you go for the Phoenixes, getting Colossi added to that is a great idea because of the fact that you forced Marines to be made from the Terran opponent. The problem is Tyler needs to get up his economy first. He lost that Expo, which is a really huge deal this earlier on in the game. It's Thorzain has not had that to deal with, and you can see that more has been lost by Tyler than Thorzain, but at the same time, what's being spent, Tyler actually, never mind. Tyler's actually mined less than mouzThorzain, which would not be the case if he still had that expo. Like, that's really what right now the scene is going on to the fact that mouzThorzain was able to eliminate that expo, and Tyler's trying to now play from behind because of that. He's forced to make a lot more minerals being devoted to making out probes, as opposed to infrastructure upgrades, units, and the like. And mouzThorzain now is a Thor, which is great against Phoenixes. It's got this extra damage against the lightness. And just think about mutas and how mutas deal with Thors. It's pretty much similar for Phoenixes. Okay, so now we go ahead and watch the guys as he push out. Tyler's aware that he has the Phoenixes in position. We're watching him get a very large army count, but the problem is that force fields will be just irrelevant because of the presence of the Thor. So we'll see if it doesn't actually be able to do this at all, but there's siege mode on those tanks. There's actually, through the Marines, no upgrades on them, not even researching. Tyler's we're going to get in charge as a Twilight Council in this game, but there's going to be a lot of damage done by these guys. Phoenix is getting taken out. Guardian Shields are a great move, but oh no, the Zealots are out here on the right, not doing much else, but they're going to go ahead and actually get a complete other surround on those Marines. The problem is the Thors and tanks are still alive. mouzThorzain isn't using the he's not using the tanks in siege mode, so he's not able to splash damage anything, but the Thors are doing so much damage right now. Tyler's now in a really, really bad spot. He's lost his Phoenixes. These Thors are still alive, and they are very, very, very powerful. So Thors are doing an insane amount. I could probably make a lot of jokes like that, but I'm not going to do that, because that is just something that casters do too much, and I'm partly to blame. I do that sometimes. Corny jokes. They're a lot of fun. But these Zealots aren't actually attacking. The probes are getting decimated. Tyler's trying too much for attacking, but, oh god, saving the Thor port dies. And he has to go ahead and do it again. And just trying to do a micro to not take any of those stalker shots. So, great move by mouzThorzain. Maybe going to do a drop right here into the main base. That would be really, really, really bad. Time to go ahead and friendly put down a few more gateways. I don't think he's going to survive long enough to even deal with that, because these guys are still pressing the front. Hellion is also there. And yeah, Pylon's going to fall at the very least. That goes down. Looks like mouzThorzain is going to start hitting these on the high ground too with the Thors. Interesting force field down there. Yep, there's the Thors. Go ahead and step on it, and it goes away. So pretty much right now waiting for Tyler to go ahead and GG's got 26 food to 93 for mouzThorzain. So mouzThorzain is probably going to go 2-0 in his best of 3. And there is GG from Tyler waiting for his nexus to fall before he gives the win to mouzThorzain. So definitely great play by mouzThorzain. I'm impressed, and we're going to go ahead and just watch some more games. That was definitely a lot of fun.